and welcome to Speak of the Devils. I'm Giuliana Magrane.
And I'm Anthony Villafranca. We'll be your host for the evening.
We're happy to bring you another installment of Speak of the Devils. This evening, we'll be covering many topics that may interest teens from Burlington and beyond, such as the state of school spirit and dances, the idea of a BHS school mascot, and the sequel fever in Hollywood.
We'll also have the first editions of the Zac Pack, where BHS TV member Zac Titus reviews movies and music, and Chasing Carbs, where Chase Jackman reviews food around town.
We'll also have a new installment of Mad Lib Live, as well as a short film produced by members of BHS TV.
That's all coming up and more of the special edition of Speak of the Devils.
In the latest edition of The Devil's Advocate, AJ Pedruzzi raises a question of why attendance at school dances is so low lately. While they can be fun and entertaining, some students say they may be too expensive, or that there are just too many and they're more of the same, lacking in theme and variety. Anthony, what's your take on this?
Well, I don't feel like I'd be able to discuss really much about it, because I've only been to one school dance, and that was the final day of 8th grade.
Final fling?
Yeah, final fling,
Yeah.
exactly. And I feel like the only reason I haven't attended any is not because not only they don't really interest me, but it's because I don't feel like that school dance that I went to will top or be like on the same level as that final fling.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. That was my first school dance too, because we lost our 7th grade to the pandemic and stuff. So I don't know. I've gone to almost every dance since then. Homecoming both years and semi last year, because it hasn't happened yet. And honestly, the novelty sort of wore off after semi last year. I don't know. It just kind of feels underwhelming at some point. And I came to that realization when I was a freshman. So if that's how I was feeling then, imagine how other people feel now.
Have you noticed a staggering amount of less people come in every year?
Yeah, I definitely have. I've been on both sides of attending and planning and stuff, and we're it's not great. We're not making as much money as we could, and there's not as many people coming as we would like, and it's sad, but I'm sure people are doing other things.
I think what also could be causing it is just people, since you brought up the pandemic from 7th grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people are more accustomed to staying indoors and not going out as much as beforehand. And with the dance, people aren't just as willing or don't have the energy to come to these dances anymore.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. It's almost at first, I wanted to go to all of them to make up for the 2 dances I missed in 7th and 8th grade, because we were supposed to have a Valentine's Day dance, whatever. And then just after a while, it got kind of old, and I don't know, I feel that sort of leads into a larger discussion on school spirit as a whole. Participation at dances is low, as well as during spirit weeks and pep rallies. Do you think that our school spirit is taking a nosedive and stuff? Because I definitely do.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel with Spirit Week, it was more of a fun thing to do in elementary school, middle school. But as I'm getting older, I'm finding to not really be interested in it, because I have more assignments, just other things to do really. So the Spirit Week is just a lesser thing to me. What do you think?
No, I completely get where you're coming from with that. I always love an excuse to just dress up and have a little bit of fun, put on a silly little outfit. So I do really like Spirit Week. But sometimes unless it's PJ Day, I'm me and my buddies are the only ones doing it and stuff, which is I don't know. I feel it's supposed to be something that's mood boosting and gets people hyped, excited and stuff. But it's kind of just Groutfit day. What's a Groutfit?
Yeah.
What is a me cube? And from a planning perspective and stuff, I know that the administration is super finicky with what we can do and what we can't do. Like Culture Day got shot down. Everything But a Backpack Day, which was a big one a few years ago, we couldn't do and stuff. And I feel like that, like, we're not giving the people like what they want. I feel like that is also kind of hindering it, if you know what I'm saying.
Could you elaborate more on Culture Day? Can you explain what happened there?
Yeah, so this was when I was on student council in the middle school and stuff, so a while ago. Yeah, like we talked to our advisor and stuff, and we were like, oh, we want Culture Day. I've heard a lot of people say that they want Culture Day and stuff. And she turned to us and she goes, that could lead to a lot of people getting left out and stuff, and could lead to some outrage, which personally I think is bizarre, because celebrating people's cultures shouldn't be an outrage. But I don't know. I feel like we could be doing more with what we have.
I totally agree. Next up, we have a short film produced by some members of BHS TV titled The Creator and the Critic.
This is terrible. All these are terrible. This is barely art.
Talked about school dances and we've talked about school spirit, but now let's talk about school mascots. Burlington is the Red Devil, but we don't have a student running around in a devil costume at sporting events. The topic of our school's mascot being a devil has divided the community in the past and in the present day. Many school mascots have been altered to keep up with modern culture. Giuliana, do you think we could have an actual Red Devil mascot, or do you think Burlington just have a new mascot altogether?
Oh, I am so glad you asked. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we actually have a mall in Burlington and stuff. And what do you call someone who like hangs around the mall and stuff and is just like always there? A mall rat. So hear me out. The Burlington High mall rats. This is...
You want to elaborate?
I think we should just have like a guy running around in a rat costume and stuff, and they'll be like the Burlington High mall rat. Like, I think that would be kind of nifty. Oh, like, I don't know. What about you?
I don't really, I never had like an opinion on mascots, but mascots can be pretty cool. I would definitely prefer a rat rather than the devil. I feel like that's like more friendly and more like open to ideas rather than a devil. And devil is kind of like not something you should, not something you should see in school, but like something that is not like normally present in school.
Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. I do think that the devil can be like pretty cool and stuff, and like the Burlington B logo. Like I feel like
it's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, like the elements lend itself to it. Like of a devil lend itself to like logo design and stuff, but I don't know. I think I'm a rat. I'm a rat.
I think I'd go with the rat idea more.
Yeah.
If we could advocate for that, that'd be really cool.
Thank you. Anyway, next up we have an installment of the Zac Pack. In this installment, Zac Titus will be reviewing Dune 2, Aquaman 2, Abbey Road by the Beatles, and Rick Astley's Whenever You Need Something.
Welcome back to the Zac Pack. Today I have some insane reviews to share with the world. Before I begin, I would like to mention these are my opinions, and I'm happy to have this opportunity to share my love of entertainment with the Burlington community. let's get started with our reviews. First up, we have Rick Astley, Whenever You Need Somebody. It's an album I will never give up. So, I know what you're all thinking. I'm just kidding. I have absolutely no idea what you are all thinking. But I do know that you know this song. Rick Astley has proven himself to be a musical genius and established himself as an internet sensation. However, few people are aware of his other hits. Thankfully, a musical genius such as myself has listened to the entirety of his debut album, Whenever You Need Somebody. And let me just say, this album is genuinely a masterpiece of 1980s pop music. 10 enjoyable tracks reside in the short 36-minute LP, and each song offers the same joyous energy and upbeat spirit. While I must say, the sound of the album can feel repetitive at some times, due to the lack of lyrical depth, as well as the fact that most songs on the album maintain a fairly similar sound, with the exception of the final track, When I Fall in Love, which offers a very different, Frank Sinatra type sound. If you're into 80s music, this is definitely the album for you. I can strongly give it 3.5 Zacs out of 5. Next up, we have Dune 2. Is it good? Do not watch, or watch I should. Now we have a movie review, Zac Pack. We've all been asking this question. Is Dune 2 good? I won't watch it, or watch I should. Well, upon my viewing, I've come to the conclusion that Dune 2 is great. In comparison to the first film, sorry, I meant the first good film, Dune 2 does an excellent job delivering on the ideas set up in the first film. While personally I enjoyed the original Dune, I must say I found the film incredibly slow and suffered in some lights from the world building, which kind of took up a lot of the film. But thankfully, this paid off, as Dune 2 is significantly faster paced and features incredible action and dramatic sequences as a result of the newly established universe. Hans Zimmer again provides the Dune franchise with an absolute banger score comparable to his works on Gladiator and Interstellar. Overall, I found Dune 2 to be an epic sci-fi film that builds upon the foundation set up in the first film. A solid 4.5 Zacs out of 5. Now we come to our honorable mention reviews. Aquaman 2, a good movie. Aquaman 2 is okay. It's okay. It has some cool VFX, some cool set design, but not so cool storytelling, characters, or ideas. It's kind of unoriginal on the storytelling element. None of the characters are really cool. I have to say, it's kind of really generic, like Avatar, for example. That film is just pure VFX magic, but absolutely nothing else. I'll give it probably, I'll give it a 2 Zacs out of 5, just being nice. And our honorable album for this week is the legendary Beatles album, Abbey Road. If you have not already, I would like to recommend that everyone listens to this absolute masterpiece. The album offers everything that us Beatlemaniacs have enjoyed since they hit the scene in the 1960s. I am not one of those Beatlemaniacs because wasn't alive in the 60s, but I'm still a Beatlemaniac. I'll give this a good 5 Zacs out of 5. If you disagree with that, I disagree with you. So yeah, that's it for this episode of the Zac Pack. Stay cool and be rad.
Very cool, Zach. Now, I did see quite a few movie sequels in that review, and that brings up a great question. What's with this new wave of sequels in Hollywood? This year alone, we've already had sequels to Dune, Ghostbusters, and Kung Fu Panda, and there are more on the way like Moana, Beetlejuice, and Inside Out. Is originality dead? Are these enhancing the source material, or are they just cash grabs? How do you feel about this, Giuliana?
As a creative and stuff, and someone who wants to work in entertainment and stuff, I don't know. I think that sequels can be a good thing when it's in a trilogy, like Dune, for example. Dune, for example, and stuff where it's intentionally thought out and they're adapting a source material, yes, but it's methodically thought out and stuff, and it's well paced and it's an actual thing. But for as much as I know you love Kung Fu Panda, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah. Like Kung Fu Panda 4, like you can kind of tell that they like didn't like that wasn't the end goal.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely as you said, I'm a great Kung Fu Panda enjoyer. I can definitely tell this was just made for like nostalgia and stuff, and for more so for the audience, like saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, look, Kung Fu Panda's back! Isn't that
Oh,
awesome?"
God.
Yeah, and it's really telling how like most of it was not really planned in the original, and like it was honestly really rushed too.
Yeah.
If you look into it deeper, you can tell it's way more rushed. But I do agree with your take where sequels can be great if it's like thoughtfully planned out from the beginning. Like Dune
Yeah.
is meant to be a movie with multiple installments, and that's something I feel like audiences will want to see in the future.
Also, going back to Kung Fu Panda, like I haven't seen the Ghostbusters one, sorry guys. But going back to Kung Fu Panda, a lot of the especially because of the latest installment and the first installment were made so far apart. Like there are actors like Angelina Jolie who are in it, which with their absence is very strongly felt in the film, and stuff, because it would take so much money to just like get a 15-second line reading from her and stuff. And that's why with like Balloon and Costume movie and stuff, that's why I think we should focus on making more original projects and stuff instead of just like rehashing Inside Out and Moana, which number one, those came out like 7 years ago. So next up, let's take a look at Chasing Carbs, where Chase Jackman takes a bite out of some burgers from Burlington's Yard House.
Welcome to the first episode of Chase Reviews Burger Chains. I'm Chase, and I'm going to review burger chains. Today, we're reviewing Yard House. I order from them a lot for dinner. It's one of my go-to dinner places. They have great sandwiches, they have great dessert, but most importantly, they have great burgers. And that's what I'm going to be reviewing today. So I have two burgers with me, a normal burger, just a nice cheeseburger, and then I have a pork burger, which I haven't tried before. I've tried the cheeseburger, but I haven't tried the pork burger. So I'm kind of excited to try that. But, I mean, I'm really open to see. So let's dig in. I'm going to be rating the burgers. I have a scale. So I have taste, obviously. Taste it's all out of 5 stars. So taste is out of 5 stars. I have structure / appearance. I kind of mix those into 2. Sometimes you might hear me separating them if it's like a really big difference, but they'll be considered as one mostly. Order accuracy is huge. I know certain like restaurants that serve burgers mess up their orders a lot. So that's going to be one that I check out. And then compared to other items that I've ordered from this place, I'm also going to be comparing them. So let's dig in. For the first burger, we have the normal cheeseburger from Yard House. Just order a cheeseburger. That's what I did. And so far, accuracy is perfect. I just ordered a cheeseburger and I got a cheeseburger. That's what I asked for. Appearance-wise, it does look a little funny. I can tell that it has 2 different types of cheese. I'm used to that, but maybe someone who hasn't before could be a little bit scared. There is some burnt cheese, but that's fine. The appearance looks pretty good to me. I like it, but I could see why others wouldn't like it. So for appearance, I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5. So 3 stars, 3.5 stars out of 5 stars. And then for order accuracy, 5 out of 5, because they messed up on nothing. It's just a basic cheeseburger. That's all I wanted. So now we're going to try the taste. I do really like the taste. I eat at Yard House a lot, so the taste is really good. The one criticism I do have for Yard House burgers is the fact that their outsides, I don't know if it's just because I order it medium well, but the outsides are really charred. And I can taste that when I eat it, but when I get like into the inside, it's probably one of the best burgers I've had. Meat is just, it has this juicy feel. The cheese adds this like sweetness in a way, and it goes perfect together. If I ignore the charred bit on the outside, which gives this kind of taste to it that I don't like too much, if I ignore that, genuinely probably the best burger that I've had. It's a great burger. It is kind of small, but that might just be me needing a lot of food. Fast food and these types of burgers are going to be completely separate. But for like expensive high-end burgers, like this was pretty expensive. I would have ordered more than 2 items if it weren't for me being unemployed, but it's pretty good. I really like this burger. It's my go-to burger. Like whenever my mom's like, "Do you want anything for dinner?" I'll say like burgers, and then she's like, "What type of burgers?" I'll always go with this. It's a nice classic cheeseburger. For taste, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It would be a 5 out of 5 if it weren't for the charred edges, but I can live with that. This is a perfect standard for their place. Like, I feel like it only gets higher from here. This is a great, like, just great burger. They have great sandwiches, and this is just, compared to other items that I've ordered, I don't know how I'd star that. Maybe, like, I'd give this, like, a 3 or 4 out of 5. So, I personally love the normal cheeseburger. So, that's it for the Yard House cheeseburger. Great burger, but I'm going to have to move on to the next one. And this one I haven't gotten. It's not really a burger. So I don't know how this is going to go. It's made of pork. It's their pork bacon burger or whatever. I don't know, would you call that's a burger, right? So usually it has bacon, but I got it without bacon because I wanted to test the accuracy and I wasn't feeling like bacon right now. But so that's a great start. I also ordered the sauce on the side because it kind of looks scary to me. But for, what is it? Considering that they got 100%, 5 out of 5 for order accuracy. For structure, it looks great. I'd give it 4 out of 5. It looks like, I don't know if you can see it. I mean, I'm kind of giving a bad angle, I guess. But it does look like a great burger. Like, this looks like, genuinely, if you angle it right, it looks like it'd be like a burger in an ad. So I think for structure, this also gets a 4.5 out of 5. I'm scared about the taste, though, because it's pork, and I don't know how I'm going to like that. And it also has, like, basil or something. I don't know what plant this is. But, I mean, it could be good. I don't know what I'm expecting. So, this one also didn't ask me if I wanted it, like, medium well, probably because it's pork. I don't know how you cook pork. But hopefully it probably doesn't have that char taste on the outside, like the cheeseburger. That's the only thing preventing the cheeseburger from being a 4.5 compared to a 4. Genuinely, like, I had to, like, chill with eating those burgers because I would eat them, like, twice a week. I had to chill. Okay, maybe not twice a week. That sounds bad. But I had to chill with the burgers because, like, I'd be able to taste that burnt texture overnight. So hopefully this doesn't have it. All right, so I'm just gonna dig in. Taste wise, 3 out of 5. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's a great, like, for pork. I've never had a pork burger before, but it mimics a real burger pretty well. But it's like the inside has some, like, chunks that, like, kind of just are uncomfortable to chew. Because it's pork. I know that's, like, what you get with pork. But even still. And, I mean, I can taste that char feel. Honestly, on this, it might be stronger than the burger. So for that, I'm going to have to give taste, like, a 2.5 to 3. Maybe settle in the middle or something. I'm not sure. Compared to other items I've ordered, it's kind of underwhelming. I would say the burger is better than this. I would definitely order the burger over this. This still isn't bad, though. If the burger just evaporated from existence, I would get this. It's not bad. I could eat it, but it's just not as, like, angelical as the burger is. So I think compared to other items, this would be, like, a solid, like, 3. The cheeseburger gets a 4/4.5 in my book out of 5 stars. This gets a 3. It's not bad. It's just I like the cheeseburger more. This is a great burger. Both of these burgers were great. For a first video on this, with only 2 burgers, I'd say that these were both great burgers, and I think it might be hard to beat them. I mean, I could see stuff beating this, but the original burger that we had, it's going to be hard to beat that. I can only think of one place that could maybe contest that isn't fast food. Of course, if we're talking about fast food, I think we all know what fast food beats out Eddie Burger. But Other than that, I had a great time eating this stuff. I love eating. For just the pork and the burger, I would give Yard House a nice 4 out of 5. A nice 4 out of 5 for burgers because their buns are great. I forgot to mention that. Their buns are amazing. Honestly, great place. Yard House, I recommend. Considering these 2 burgers, Yard House is great. For on the first episode of Chase Reviews Burger Chains, this is going to be hard to beat. This is going to be high up there. 4 out of 5 stars. Great first episode. I'm not disappointed at all. I knew Yard House was going to have great burgers. Both of these were great. Did like the cheeseburger more, but I'm not saying the pork was bad. I know I said that like a million times. They were both amazing. Great burgers. I'm glad I was able to try them. And I was glad that I was able to order from Yard House. Thank you.
Those burgers look great, Chase. Now let's wrap things up. We have a new installment of Mad Lib Live titled Love at First Bite, produced by our very own Kelly Romano and yours truly.
You know, it was really nice, like, getting to meet you before, and I'm glad we can, come here and talk.
Yeah, I'm glad I could make it. Do you have any idea what you're gonna order?
Honestly, I don't know. I heard they have really good steak, but I'm not really a big fan of meat.
I'm gonna look, see if they have any tacos. I really like tacos.
Oh, yeah, I really like tacos, too.
How about some small talk? What are your favorite animal? What's your favorite animal?
Oh man, I'm so glad you asked. Bats are super cool. They're pink, gluttonous animals, and they have wings. They like to fly around at 12 p.m., which makes some people kind of scared of them. But bats are mean, and they don't want to hurt people. I have a pet bat that lives in Mount Washington.
What do you feed it?
Oh my god, I feed him taco and Yard House burger. He likes to scream. I'm his favorite person, but he also likes gummy bear. I want to convince my parents to get me 5 more bats.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I have to walk my fish. I'll be back in.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode. Thank you to all our guests and crew this evening.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Speak of the Devils.